Yay, finally. Let me see if I have all my cussing and shit on here. I surely hope not. Yay, it is. It's live. Okay. So now that we have it on YouTube, let me go back and put it on Facebook. I know I've got to be difficult. Just have to be difficult. Pray it works. Say, please, Lord Jesus in heaven above, let it work, let it work. It says we are. Okay, so I'm going to give it just half a minute because everybody knows that we're here. So when you come in, just say hi. Let me know you're here. And then we're going to get started. I'm going to do something a little bit different. Hope you guys cooperate and are okay with it. Hi, how are you doing? Hey, Nika. Yes, I made it on both. Yay. Good, good, good. So what I thought, hi, Tiffany, how are you? Oh, you're doing well. Very good, very good. So I've had this deck for a while, probably a couple years. It's the Tarot de Marseille, and I've wanted to use it. Your YouTube is crazy. Okay, well, that's fine. Nika can be over there. I've got you all in one chat window so I can talk to everybody at the same time. So please, please, please don't feel like you're lonely. You're not lonely. Everybody's here with you. Anyway, so I've been wanting to learn how to read Tarot de Marseille because while it is still tarot, it has totally different meanings. So I thought what we would do is I'm going to have to use it out of the book. You guys are going to help me practice if that's okay with you. So what do you think? Y'all want to help me practice? I mean, I'm still going to be using intuition also, but since the meanings are different than the traditional tarot, I want to see what these meanings are for this particular, because like I was saying, it is tarot, but it's different. It's a different tarot system, I guess you could say. Awesome, awesome. Yay, thank you. So this is a limited edition deck. It's 2804 out of 3,000. There were only 3,000 made. I've not even used this deck. I've never even so much as shuffled this deck. So when I say you guys are going to help me and we're going to just kind of do this together. Awesome. I like it. I like questions. So let me get the cards. See how they look? And what it was when tarot, this is from a copy from 1718. And the reason they call it the Tarot de Marseille is because, oh my God, what's the story? I had a total brain fart. A man opened up or inherited a printing company up there. And back then, in order to print something, they would have to carve it out on wood blocks and then apply the paint and then kind of like almost stamp them. And that's why they look the way they do. Some of them are out of the lines and stuff like that. But in the pip cards, like this would be the one, or Ace of Pentacles, or coins, Two of Pentacles, but see how they're different? And so they have totally different meanings. Well, not totally different, kind of similar, but different. And so I'm going to read out of the book. Okay, so Tiffany, well, let me see. What is your question? See if I can shuffle these. Like I said, I've never even, a little stiff, but we'll make it work. And I think what I'm going to do is each week, I have so many freaking decks. We could go years. But each week, I'll use a different deck. Sometimes it'll be Oracle cards. Sometimes it'll be Tarot cards. It might be Lenormand cards. There's no telling. But I figure each week we can use a different deck and just kind of go through it and see, you know, different things. Because I get some of the same questions over and over each week. And if we use a different deck, hi Kia, and we're still getting the same answer, then you know what I mean? Okay. Waiting on a question from Tiffany. If you want to go ahead. Hi Tamika. We're not really. I'm doing good. How are you, Kia? How can I help him see I am the one? Okay. Oh, crap. I was going to do it different. You know what? I was supposed to. Sorry. You can. We're just kind of we're figuring it out, but yeah, try to do that. It's the Fool. Magician. I was supposed to do the major separate. Okay. So let's make sure I have all of them here. Okay, got them. Yeah, I got it. I got it, Tiffany. Okay. So first, we shuffle the majors, and then we cut the deck and read the 2 cards. Okay, so now we're going to cut the deck and flip over both things. See if we can get a better picture. Oh, okay. So we have the Hierophant or La Pape, and La Papesse is the, I believe, the Empress. So you just the Pope. High Priestess. Okay. But also I want you to notice that right now you two are not facing each other. There's something going on that, and that's kind of like what your question was. So this is kind of like, this is what's going on. You're not facing each other. Things are not right. The Papesse is a wise woman. She is a spiritual mother. She sets boundaries, and you hide your powers. It's like you keep secrets. So let me see. And then Le Pape, let's see about him, gives counsel and advice, imparts knowledge. The spiritual father points to heaven. Preferences. Have you set boundaries with him? Or he feels like you're setting boundaries and that you're keeping secrets? So let's see, what can you do to make things better? To bring him back around to where you're facing each other? What can Tiffany do to get this relationship back on track? Okay. Now we're going to do 3 cards. And like I said, since it's a different system than what we're used to, I'm reading out of the book. So that is why. So we have the Queen of Coins, the King of Coins, and Ace of Cups. How did we jump? Okay. Sorry. Bear with me. You guys agreed. Okay, because he feels like you're setting boundaries with him and keeping secrets, keeping things hidden from him. Here, no, that's cups. Let's go to coins. Here, this is a practical and well-focused view that has already proved itself in real achievements. You've already proven yourself to him. Good intuitions in practical matters of money and material goods. Stable situation that still demands constant attention to maintain. Being content with what one has, feeling at ease with oneself and with one's assets and position. A conservative attitude that seeks to preserve the existing state. Resistance to change that is felt to be a threat and not an opportunity. an overly materialistic attitude that sees everything only from the perspective of tangible gain and loss. Now, let's see about him. It says a solid and reliable attitude towards practical affairs, keeping things simple and useful without excessive sophistication, a cautious and balanced approach towards suggested projects or tempting offers, not rushing forward with uncritical enthusiasm, but also not altogether blocking the possibility of development in new directions. Self-control, maturity, and responsibility, especially in business and practical matters. Modest and unpretentious behavior based on confidence in oneself and in one's achievements. And then we have the Ace of Cups. So it sounds like what we have so far, he's just kind of, he takes things slow, likes to feel it out for a while, and, you know, keeping it simple. He doesn't need anything really extravagant. However, he does need like constant attention. Don't be smothering, but it's almost like you can't get comfortable. You have to keep up the attention. But let's see what this Ace of Cups here. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's some long stuff. Okay. Okay, this is a new love. It's about intimacy, mystery, the warmth of hidden feelings, focusing on romantic affairs or on emotional issues, yearning for someone who is absent or longing for something unattainable, a romantic, spiritual, or idealistic attitude, feelings of mystery, devotion, and submission to something beyond yourself. I feel like we need a clarifier because that kind of feels like where we are now. Hi, Nancy. And we have the Three of Wands or batons. So that's going to be a Three of Batons, Three of Batons. Okay, finding a way after a period of hesitation, a solution to a dilemma, perhaps combining elements from both sides. Time to go forward. Choices can still be reversed, but soon it will be impossible. So I feel like you need to just give it time, keep things simple, continue to show him attention. Don't get too comfortable, and it will find its way there after a period of hesitation, which is kind of what you're going through now. So just kind of chill and relax and go with the flow, but like still show him attention, but keep it simple, nothing extravagant, because he's a simple guy. And that'll get you back to where you want to be, which would be this way, looking at each other. Does that make sense? Okay, awesome. Now, Nika, let's find out about your situation. But you guys see how it's like totally different? I love you, Tiffany. I love all you guys, but That was a special one just for Tiffany. Okay, Nika. But you guys see how it's different than the regular tarot? It has different meanings and everything, and that's why I'm using this book. But I will learn. I will learn. Okay, Nika. Tell us that situation with Nika. Okay. And keep your job at the bank. Okay. So, okay. I'm reading tarot, the regular tarot, but let me read this, okay, before I jump to any start popping things out. So we have the Lovers and the Tower. And you guys don't jump to any conclusions either, because like I said, it's a different, even though it's tarot, it's a different system. So let's see, the Lovers. The Lover is in a relationship. I would say that would be in a relationship with the bank, because that's what the question. And you are at a crossroads, which makes total sense. Making a meaningful choice. It's also influenced by the past, and follows a hint from heaven. Okay, so this one is about okay. I was gonna text you and check in, but I figured I'd give you a little bit of time. So this one is about in relation to your question. I would say that it's talking about you are trying to make a choice. You're at a crossroads, and it feels like you're being influenced by the past because it's what you're used to, and you want to know if you're going to be able to keep it. So let's see, the Tower. Tower knocks down solid structures, opens up to heaven, is built slowly and falls apart quickly. The Tower suspends the laws of reality. The Tower returns to the ground. Honestly, it doesn't look like it. And you need to make a decision about what you're going to do, because it looks like it falls. Yeah. It's the obstacles, well, they're having a couple of obstacles. Yeah, it's talking about it's knocking down solid structure, and I would take the solid structure being your stability there, your job stability. But you know what? Let's go ahead and we're going to pull 3 cards as clarifiers to see what they say. Because this is where you're at now. You're trying to make a decision about whether you're going to lose your job. That's how I should have worded it. So I'm learning too. You guys are my guinea pigs. Okay. Monique got to be able to stay at the bank. I can tell you're really worried about it though. Otherwise, I don't feel like that would come. You're worried about losing your job, not about. The question is, will you lose your job? Not will you keep it? Okay. Spirit. Mika. Well, that's not always the case because, you know, free will and you can change things. So we have the Page of Wands, the Eight of Cups, and the Two of Cups. And we're going to read out of the book because I know the meanings, but not these meanings. So page. We want court. That's minor. Where's the court? Page. What the hell? Did I move my bookmark? Page of Cups. A fresh and inexperienced attitude in emotional matters, sentimentally, being moved by one's own feelings but without understanding them deeply, an attempt at self-examination that remains superficial as it is not shared with others, hesitant steps in the romantic or erotic domain, preoccupation with one's own feelings may disrupt practical progress. Sincere intention, but still a possibility of hidden and unintentional aggression. You need to get your feelings under control because it looks like you're very, very emotional about this. It's almost like you can manifest your fears because that's what you're focused on. So I understand it's hard not to stress about it, but you're going to have to try. Eight of Cups. System Cups. Those are the courts. And I do see, though, if you look at all the cups here on this card, they're all going up. There's none turned sideways or upside down. So that sounds good, or looks good. Come on. 8. I need another bookmark. 8 of Cups is involvement. Involvement of relatives and friends in a relationship or a life of a couple, an extended family, many people interacting and interfering, a feast with friends, or a family celebration. So there's other people involved. Yeah, that's what this is saying, is that's what's going on. You're over emotional about it, but it does look like there are other people involved in this situation, like coworkers or something. It's too many people. Emotional. Instruction number 8. Shows pair of cups between 2 rows of 3. Show the focus center and emphasizing both the pairing of the 2. Okay, so this is saying that the card shows a pair of cups right here between 2 rows of 3 above and below it. The plant decorations show a focus center and emphasize both the pairing of the 2 and their integration with the other 6. So you're worrying about your coupling. You're worrying about what other people think. It looks like you're worrying about what other people think about your coupling, or hold on. We'll get the 2. To me, it feels like you're worrying about what other people think about your stability and your, what here they say on Two of Cups is a partnership. And if you look, this is the Two of Cups that's in the center. That's the focal point of this card, that's surrounded by others. So this is a romantic union or warm partnership, a personal alliance grounded in social norms, collaboration, and trust. The prospect of marriage, passionate love, but emotions can turn around and extinguish themselves. So it's a coupling, and you're worried about your job, your stability, your relationship with the bank. You're worried about your relationship with the bank. You're worried what other people are saying about your, and I know I'm like blah blah. You were saying that you have a lot of obstacles. These are your obstacles, and so you need to get back on the focal point and not on the obstacles, because this is a union. You're married, kind of, or in a relationship with the bank. This is your relationship. And if you look here, if you block out, well, let's do it this way. So if you block out the obstacles, what do you have? You have this perfect union with the bank, right? So get back to the focal point and stop worrying about stuff that's on the outside. Oh, shit. Hold on. I lost my chat, guys. So give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I got my chat back. So is that making sense? You're too worried about things that are going on around you instead of focusing on what's important. And the thing that's important is your relationship with the bank, not the outside influences. But I really think you're worrying over nothing, to be honest. And don't do that. Like I said, don't manifest your fears. Don't manifest your fears. Okay. You got a lot happening this year. So just kind of chill out and do your job and don't worry about it, because you've been there for a little while anyway. It's not like, you know what I mean? Yes, ma'am, you do. And I'm going to try this for Tamika. She asked for a message from Spirit. So I'm going to ask, what does Spirit want her? What message does Spirit have for her? And we're going to try to do it this way. Okay, well, don't worry about it. They were saying that you're too emotional and you're focusing on things outside of you and the bank. You need to focus back on you and the bank. Not anything on the outside. Don't worry about what other people think or the obstacle. You have no obstacles. I believe that you are the obstacles. You are, you know what I mean? Your fears. Go in there and hold your head high and just don't go in apologizing to them. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't go in, I'm sorry I missed. Don't even make a big deal out of it. Go in there with your head held high and just do your job, do what you got to do. Does that make sense? You're too worried, too emotional. Okay. What message or what does Spirit want to talk about with Tamika. Have confidence. Big, bold, beautiful woman, remember? Okay, Tamika. What's going on with Tamika? What does Spirit want to talk about? All right. And we have I'm so glad you guys can't see my face. Like I said, this is not the Rider-Waite system of Tarot, so it's not what we're used to. So we're going to read the meanings. So, Tamika, you have the Devil and the Magician. No, I've not been drinking. Okay, the Devil. La Diable. I don't speak French, so I can't. I can speak German. I can speak Cantonese. I can say bad words in Spanish. Okay. The Devil. The Devil mocks conventional logic. Hi, T. How are you? The Devil expresses impulse and passion, grows from the abyss, and is bound to satisfaction of desires and generates his own undoing. Hi, Mona. And the Magician, we're using a new system, so I'm having to read out the book, but they're helping me learn. They're helping me learn this system. So, okay, so impulses and passion, growing from the abyss, generates your own undoing, satisfaction of desires. And then the Magician. And I think I'm gonna buy a new deck like this too that doesn't look so washed out. Because I really think I like it, to be honest. The Magician stands at the gate, starts something new, uses tools, creates illusions. Magician also only sees one part. And right now, you're looking at your desires, your wants, your Let me go back over here. Sorry. That's got me thinking now. Mocks conventional logic, impulse and passion. The black area at the bottom of the card represents the abyss, appears in other cards. Dark feelings, past traumas, fear, and pain. Okay. Sense of movement in the card is upward, so pushing. It looks to me like you're focusing on the past and things that, well, like it says, it's like your dark feelings, your past traumas, your fears, and your pains. Don't focus on that shit. Leave it in the past. That's what Spirit wants you to know. Stop focusing on the bad stuff, your fears and your pain. You're only seeing one part of it. So don't stop looking in the past. You can't drive forward if you're looking in the rearview mirror the whole time. You need to look out your windshield and keep driving straight ahead. Okay? Have you been thinking about the past? Or letting the past memories pop up in your head and kind of like take over your thoughts? Did I lose her? Maybe. Let's see, Tamika was on YouTube. All right, so anybody else got a question? I know y'all do. And even though I'm bumbling around, I'm learning, because like I said, this is new. Sure, do you have a question? Oh no, this was for Tamika. She was asking if Spirit had any messages for her, and they want her to stop looking at the shit she's gone through in the past, to leave her past pain and hurt behind and move forward. Is that what you've been doing too? Did that message hit home for you too? Oh, okay. So yeah, exactly. So you're focused on doing your shadow work. But then if it's shadow work that you're doing to address those, then yeah. Oh, okay. But yeah, keep doing the shadow work. Keep working through it. Good. Okay, so okay, Ashley, you want to see if you are on track. Yeah, but if you're doing shadow work, exactly. So that's what you're focused on, is doing that work from your darkest depths. So keep working on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying focus on and let it drive you crazy, but if that's what you're focused on is the shadow work, then keep doing the shadow work. That makes sense. That's a very good way to put it, Nika. Exactly. You don't have to look at the past in order to do shadow work. Maybe do your shadow work, but don't live in the past. Do the shadow work so that you can move forward. Okay, and we'll do a draw like that for Ashley, and then we're going to answer Nancy. Right, but it's so that you can work past and through that pain and move forward. Once you get it out in the open and confront it. Okay, Ashley. We'll focus on Ashley now. Ashley. She's moving in the right direction. Makes sense. Okay. We're going to cut it. That's where it's going to be. Okay. And flip it. You have the Emperor and the Hanged Man. So first we have the Emperor. He's looking in the past. Okay. And this guy is looking from the bottom up. So let's see what they are trying to tell you. Let's do the Emperor first. The Emperor rules over matter. He imposes his will. He's an earthly father. He's ready to fight. but yet controls himself. He conceals his weaknesses. And the Hanged Man is what it. I think I like these. Okay. I got this. They confuse me because to me it would be XII for number 12. To me that looks like 8. But I guess 8 would be VIII. Okay. The Hanged Man receives a punishment. He makes a sacrifice, refrains from action, sees the world upside down, accepts being different, and examines the depth. So, okay. Back to the Emperor. I feel like you're beating yourself up. I really feel like you're beating yourself up. You're not really doing anything about. You're beating yourself up and you're kind of at a standstill. Ashley. So let's see what we can do to make you get out of that. Stop beating yourself up. We have the Page of Cups, the Knight of Batons, and the Ace of Batons. Okay, the Page of Cups. I think I need to move my bookmark. Okay, that's yes. I need another bookmark. Okay, Page of Cups, Page of Cups. This guy is trying to look into a cup that seems too deep. He's it's the page is looking into a narrow cup, but his focus remains only in the top part and does not penetrate the deep layers. The round object in his other hand may be either his hat or the lid of the cup. I feel like it's really the lid of the cup. The act of gazing into the cup can express readiness to examine his own emotions, and the uncovered head indicates an open mind. The cloth covering the cup from behind indicates that the page is undergoing this process only with himself. The movement to the left expresses an occupation with the past, and the page's left foot appears to stumble on the uneven ground as if he may get stuck or even fall down. The shape and coloring of the ground may also suggest a female human body and indicate perplexity and inexperience in romantic affairs. On the belt, there is some sort of hidden dagger here, which may indicate the ability to hurt, maybe even without conscious intention. So it's talking about you're very hesitant about things, you're preoccupied with your own feelings, and that is what is disrupting your progress. And here, even here, you were looking into the past. You were stuck in the past, and so it's very emotional. You only see part of it, though. I really feel like you only see part of it, only the tip top. You're not looking complete at the whole situation. You're not looking completely down into the cup, so you're not seeing. You're only remembering certain things about the past, and that's all you can see. You need to look at the whole thing. Sometimes you get focused on, let's say, just the bad things, and it's, I hate this and I hate this and he did this and he did that and blah 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 blah, but there were good times too. Look at the whole thing, the whole situation. You're too caught up and focused on one part. Keep an open mind. Take the hat off. Keep an open mind. And don't let your feelings, you're letting your feelings, and you're looking towards the past. Your feelings for the past is keeping you from moving forward. Next, we have the Knight of Batons. So let's see what the Knight says. Excuse me while I get a drink. Okay, this is good. It says the wand in the picture retains the natural branch shape, but it looks more refined than the unwieldy object in the page card. Okay. The knight's gaze seems completely absorbed in his wand, which might indicate that he is preoccupied with his own desires and impulses. The bodies of the knight and the horse are turned to the left side of the card, this side, but their faces and their eyes are going over to the right. So even though they're moving in this direction, they're both looking back, or they're moving towards the past, but they're looking towards the future. You can't do what? Oh, keep an open mind or look at the entire situation. It says maybe the knight is changing direction and turning to face the future, or perhaps he is just stopping to examine what he really desires. The heavily covered horse, which does not look very athletic or agile, may symbolize lack of self-awareness or the hiding of one's real motivations. The floral device on the man's knee may be a fancy decoration, suggesting a taste for luxury or vanity. It might also indicate an aesthetic sensibility that strengthens the suit's link to creativity and self-expression. Overall, the image suggests a feeling of vigor and energy, but may be lacking guidance and direction. And then here we have the Ace of Wands. So let me go back to the Ace to see how it's going to turn out. You're looking in the past, only focusing on part of it. Even though you're still going towards the past, I can tell that you really want to look towards the future. It's like an inner battle almost. But let's do the Ace of Wands, or Ace of Batons. And coming out of a strange. This is a period of growth, drive, and energy, moving forward with passion. Start as a creative project or a generally creative period. Dissipation of resources in all directions. Active sexual life, a new partner, or multiple sexual affairs at once. I don't see that happening. An attempt to advance in different directions simultaneously, letting the results decide which one to follow in the long term. Acting on desire and impulse without thinking too much about the consequences. So let me see, especially, okay. But you are making progress. It's just that you'll get there, but it's going to take you a while. You want to make progress and move forward. And that's probably right here. That's exactly what this guy is doing. He stopped, he paused. Even though he's headed towards the past, he's looking, he wants to go back to the future. So yeah, you are at a pause. But this is a time of growth for you. And you need to do exactly what you're saying. What you're doing, I mean, with the meditation and stuff. Just kind of take a break. But don't focus. It's going to take time, I understand. Just try not to focus so much on the past. Don't, you know what I mean? You know the right way to go and you want to get there. This is, like you said, a pause. You stop moving in one direction but looking in the other. And you'll grow. This is a time of growth for you. Okay, and then Nancy had a question as well. Let me scroll back up here. Will I be a successful business owner before the end of 2020? Okay. Successful business owner before the end of 2020. Yeah, I can see that because you're going one direction, looking in another direction. It's like you don't know which way you want to go. But you are growing. It's not a ton, no. But look, I want to show you something. Okay, so this is your growth, right? You start off very small. It's very narrow at the bottom, see? And then as you go along, it gradually, it doesn't go out like a triangle or you know what I mean, a V. It starts small and it gradually builds, and then it looks like you do have a spurt here, and it kind of evens out towards the top. But it's a, you know, does that make sense? You see what I'm saying here? There is more growth at the top than there is at the bottom. But you kind of stay that same width for a while. And then you get a spurt and you go out, and then you get another spurt here and it goes out again. And so it's a process. Okay. Nancy, successful business owner by the end of 2020. Okay. I'm going to cut it. And we have Judgment and the Heart. Yeah. So let's see what it says. Sorry, I just saw something interesting in this book. Okay, Judgment and Heart. Oh, fuck. No, I'm not y'all. I went to the wrong bookmark. I went back to where I was reading instead of the meanings of the cards. Judgment, Judgment, Judgment. Judgment signals an awakening, opens the sky, illuminates the abyss, reveals what is hidden, celebrates a new birth, which I would take to be the birth of your business. Have you started your business already? While you're typing that, I'll go ahead and look at this one. The Pope. Okay. The Pope gives counsel and advice, imparts knowledge. A spiritual father points to heaven, identifies with the system, and shows preferences. So it looks good to me. I would go ahead and say yes. So we have celebrating the new job, opens up opportunities, opens the sky, eliminates the abyss, reveals what is hidden. It's an awakening. I think it's okay. So it's like something that's going to be birthed. I think it looks good. Did they talk? Yeah, celebrates a new birth. It will start this year. Use your knowledge. Don't go overboard. They're talking about counsel and advice. Listen to other people. If you have questions about how to market your business or what platforms you need to use, things like that, be sure to listen to other people's advice that are already in business. They can help you. But it looks like you'll do well. It does take time. It does take time, and it's not going to happen overnight, but it does look like it will do well. Good, good. Stay excited about it. Always stay excited about it. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead. If you already have a name, start the first thing I would do is purchase a domain name that matches your business name, because you wait, internet real estate goes fast. So if you have a name for your business already and you are able to get it at the .com, get it. Even if you're not quite ready to build your website or you know what I'm saying, go ahead, buy the domain name. It's only $20 a year. That's for the entire year for the domain name, and you need that domain name So go ahead, go over to like GoDaddy.com and see if it's available. And if it is, snatch it up. That's the first piece of advice. Because if you wait around until you're actually ready to build your website and get it up and running, the name may be gone. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of swords. GoDaddy.com. Let me type it in. Okay, let me see what this one's trying to tell us. Okay, this one is exhaustion. The number 10 maximizes the combative aspects of the swords, but with so many weapons and clashes, they just neutralize each other. In the card, 2 straight swords penetrate the space between the arches. They are crossed as if in a duel, but their bases are stuck and cannot move. The left sword with the plaid pommel, I don't see that plaid pommel, I don't know what to talk about, has a gap in the middle. Oh, okay, yeah. And its tip is covered by the other sword. So see how, so it's a period of battles and clashes, leaves all sides exhausted, a complex situation with many conflicting interests. A sophisticated approach will win over a simple one, finding an ally to confront the situation from another angle. So that's saying the same thing. Well, it depends on the name. It's saying the same thing that these guys were saying. It's like a new birth, and to take advice from other people. If you try to do it all yourself, it's too much. You need to really listen to advice from other people. Not just, I'm not saying listen to me, but there are other people out there, depending on what your product is too, you know. But the first thing I would say is to get your domain name. Make sure you get your name. It's and it will be exhausting, but I really feel good about it. So don't give up just because it's hard. Like I was saying before, it won't happen overnight. It's going to be some work, but listen to advice from other people also to help you along the way. My throat, so sorry. Okay, any more questions? I didn't skip over anybody, did I hope not. Actually, I got a new deck that I showed last week. It's called the Oracle of Heaven and Hell. And I really think that we can dig into some stuff with it. Okay, Nika, go ahead. You want to know what this candle is? This is a prosperity candle that I made, and I am going to be what do you call it? I'm taking these to Portland with me in March, but thinking I'm also going to list them on my website. It's a prosperity candle. I love it. Go back on my channel on YouTube and look at the lives from last week. From what date was that? Today's the 28th, so it was the 21st. I really like it. We used it for the whole session last week, and it gave pretty straightforward answers. I mean, and they're not scary or anything. There were, well, just watch the video. Okay. Restructuring. So you're not going to do the skincare stuff because that was going to do really well. Okay, I'll ask your question. Sorry. Okay. How will the embroidery, it's starting with embroidery items, how will it do? I really believe in the skincare products, so I know with all my heart the skincare products are going to do really well. You've already done all the testing and stuff on it too. You know, the test market stuff. Okay, I got you. Need to test on adults as well. Okay. We have the Moon and the Hermit. So I'm going to look it up. I'm not going to jump to conclusions. Okay, I got you. 30 days. I need to put like little tabs on this book. I just need to learn the book. That's what I need to do. I need to get familiar with this system's meanings. The Moon. La Luna. The moon evokes a different reality. It awakens hidden forces, looks back to the past, discovers firm ground, transcends to the deep. It's unsettling because if you look at it, there's you've got the ground, you've got water, and it looks kind of like the water is underground. You've got the just by looking at the okay, sorry. I'm reading comments. Just by looking at the card, if you didn't know the name of it, you wouldn't know if it was the sun or the moon. So I see a lot of confusion here. I'm going to read the Hermit for you because remember, this is a different system. So we'll see what this one says. The Hermit is looking for the truth. The Hermit is focused on his goal. He gives up satisfactions, examines the past, moves cautiously, and avoids contact. I think you need to slow down, Nika. Slow down. Because if you try to jump and release something that's not even in the same line right now, it's going to cause confusion. Does that make sense? Just slow down. Take your time. You don't need to rush. They're talking about the hermit moves cautiously and avoids contact. He's focused on his goal. So stay focused on your line. Don't get off track, because that would be too confusing, especially like to your clients, to your customers. So come out, continue to do your research. You have time, and your skincare is gonna do really, really well. And once you have all your data and you're able to publish your data, that'll be good. But don't try to jump ahead. You're good at the bank. You're fine right now. So stay on the right track. Stay focused on your goal, and don't do this jumping around over here. Okay, let me see. Mona, did you ask something before? I mean, I'm scrolling back to look. You say you wanted to know what's going to happen now? Well, let's see what's going on with Mona. Mona. What's going on, Mona? Okay. And we have the Fool and the Emperor. So let's read, find out about the Fool and the Emperor. Oh, okay, I got you, Mika. Makes sense. Trying to cash in. I got you. I understand. Which, by the way, so am I. So if you guys want a reading, I do readings. I offer phone readings. I offer readings through Zoom. I offer chat sessions if you want to do a chat session and not talk. And that's fine too. We can use the Zoom app, you know, and type back and forth if you like, or you can type and I can talk, however you want to do it. Also, I will record it, upload it to YouTube in an unlisted video so no one else can see it unless you give them the link. But that way you have a transcript of the conversation that we have. And also, if you do the chat, you'll get a typed transcript, because Zoom does those as well. So, but you have to go to my website and click on, what does it say exactly? Let me look. It says book a reading. That's all it says. So, and then you go down, you select which reading or how many minutes you would like. Click on book now. And then once you pick out the minutes, it offers a drop-down box for you to choose phone, video, or chat. So thank you, Nika, for reminding me to plug myself. Okay, so getting back to Ramona, doing the Fool and the Emperor. So let's do the Fool first. The Fool. The Fool is roaming free. The Fool belongs and does not belong, gives up control, lives here and now. Oops. Let me turn that off. Sorry. Are we still live? Okay, cool. Okay. So, okay, let's do this again. The fool is roaming free, belongs and does not belong, gives up control, lives here and now, and can be anyone. So it's like, I know your situation, so I'm not going to say it's happy-go-lucky. What I would say is that it's kind of, you don't really know where you are. You're not any place stable right now. Let me get the chat back up here. You said lives what? Lives here and now. Because you see, he's just kind of going. He's got some food and he's got his lunch. He's got his lunch packed up on his little hobo stick like Tom Sawyer. So he just kind of lives, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to put your business out on the street, but it's kind of like you're roaming, if that makes sense. The Emperor. And we've done the Emperor several times tonight, but I want to read it again. These are a lot different than the Rider-Waite Tarot. The Emperor rules over matter, imposes his will. He's an earthly father. He's ready to fight, controls himself, and conceals his weaknesses. So even though you're kind of doing this thing where you're wandering around, keep your composure and don't give up. Stay in control of yourself and stay strong. That's basically what they're saying. Stay strong. You're kind of going through some shit, but stay strong. And we're going to pull another card just to see what it's got to say. So you ask, what's going to happen now? You're kind of between places. You got to stay strong. Wondering about here and there. Girl, I know you. Okay. We have the 9 of Swords. I know. 9 of Swords, 9 of Swords. I don't want to give you the little version. Let me see what the little version says. So, courage when you're right. Oh, well, that's not too bad. It says, courage, winning a fight against a superior force, pure intentions, putting imperfect means to good use. Let's see what the other things say. Oh, I'm going to bookmark that shit too. Hold on. I'm telling you guys, I might have to put tabs in this book. 9 of Swords is courage. The determination of the swords overcomes the inner confusion of 9. In this card, a single sword pushes its way out of an enclosure formed by 8 arching swords. In spite of the thick barrier and the limited space for maneuver, it boldly goes its way and passes through. Its different segments are not properly aligned. The interpretation is winning a battle against superior forces through courage and determination, keeping up hope in a difficult situation, pushing forward with imperfect means. So, stay strong. You're going to get through it. You got to have courage and stay strong. Oops. Oh, well. Okay. That makes sense? I know it's easier said than done, but don't give up. Won't give up. Have courage. Stay strong. You're gonna see how this sword is pushing through. You're gonna push through, because that's a lot of shit right there you're going through. But you're beginning to poke out the other side. And if it makes you feel better, we can always go eat at Miller's. That's always a good thing, right? I like food. Okay, and Nancy, I think, asked a question too. Are you still moving in 2020? So let me see. Let me see. Well, is she still going to move this year, Spirit? Let me see. To Miller's? Girl, I have to be down there on Thursday morning. Okay. Nancy. Nancy's still moving this year. These are, I have to learn the meanings before I can give straight yes or no answers in the morning. Girl, I'm broke though. Or, you know. I don't know what I'm doing. What's tomorrow? Wednesday? I don't know. Call me or text me later. We'll figure it out. I don't know what I'm doing in the morning. Okay, Nancy. Nancy moved this year. And we have wandering about in between places. Still see this as confusion and stuff, but let me reread it because it could mean something different for you. So the Fool, because we're talking about a move, is roaming free. He belongs and does not belong. He gives up control. Lives here and now. The Fool can be anyone, so he can like set off on the it's like he's walking the path of life. He says, let go of big questions and sophisticated plans. Stop worrying about the past and the future and issues far removed from your reach and just live. Let's see what the moon is saying. So he's basically carefree. He's saying, be carefree. Don't worry about things. The moon is evokes a different reality. Also awakens hidden forces, looks back to the past. That's true, okay. He descends to the deep. The moon discovers firm ground. Question. The movement in the card is upward. Okay. So the movement is upward. Upward. We see the moon image in the card is taken from alchemical symbolism where it represents the female principle, which absorbs and contains. Traditionally, the moon is linked to the idea of a repeating cycle. The link between the moon, water, and a crustacean and traditional ideas of femininity also appear in astrology, where the moon rules the sign of Cancer, the crab, associated with the element of water representing the womb. Popular belief woman heaven. Awakens hidden forces. Honestly, it's like you're setting off on a new adventure and you're not going to worry about it. You're going to go. But then you keep looking back. So I would say yes, that you are still going to move, but you keep looking back to where you are. Because he's moving to the east. You see that? I mean, he's looking to the east. You see that? Looking back. Keep looking back. Don't look back. The moon also discovers firm ground. Okay, but he is going east. Do you see that? He is going east, but you keep looking back. Yeah, you set off on a new adventure to the east. Let me see. Ace of Swords. Where were the aces? Sharp thinking, a clear definition of goals, power and control of the situation, and ability to skip lengthy deliberations and decide one way or another, cutting away with the past, with negative influences, and so on. A fighting spirit, a new, innovative, characterized by determination and precise planning, separating between beneficial and different things. Ambition, and it very well could be, because it looks like you're very ambitious and competitive. I feel like there's like events and stuff that way too. That like I hate to use the word convention, but it shows that you're really determined. You're going to do it. So as far as your business, I would say, yeah, because you want to make it work and you feel like that's what you have to do is to make the move. Okay. Yeah. And y'all know that I never even shuffled this deck before I got on YouTube, right? And started talking to you guys. So, but how are y'all liking these cards? I mean, can you tell that it's different than the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot? The meanings are different. How do you like the way they read and stuff, though? Well, Lamont is free. He's able to move about, be worry-free. He doesn't have any worries. He's like, you know, we were saying with Ramona, he's living in the here and now. I do too. I really do. I mean, I started reading this book. I watched video by Alexander Musrick about how to lay out the cards. And that's like when I first started shuffling, I was like, fuck, I forgot to take the majors out. Because this is like telling the story, and then the pip cards are clarifiers. I guess you could call them clarifiers, I guess. But I like them too. And I like the meanings. They give totally different meanings. Similar, but totally different all at the same time. So how long have we been online? Oh shit, it's 9 o'clock. So does anyone else have any questions? Yeah, they're similar, but they're different. But we've been online for an hour and 42 minutes, and my kids are starting to like ease open my door and look in. I think they want to talk to me. Oh, my son wanted me to take him somewhere. So we are going to go ahead and close it down for tonight. And like I was saying, every week, I like this deck though. Every week we'll pull out a different deck and use it and see if we're still getting the same answers. So what do you guys think about that? Good idea? I think so. Put those in there to separate them. All right, guys. So many blessings. I hope you all have a wonderful night and love you bunches. Walker, I'm done. I think I'm done. I'm all yelling and shit. I better check.